Libra, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. These are weekly videos, so go ahead and subscribe to the channel and then ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload your favorite content. Libra gets uploaded every single Tuesday at 8:30 Pacific time, which is Los Angeles time. There's always an extended reading, which I do hope you'll join me for a deeper dive into the insights that I start providing you over here, and they come weekly so that you know how to use the energy that's of greatest impact to you every single week and for the week ahead. These readings come to you, they're not time-stamped, they come to you when they're supposed to. So take this as a message for whatever week you're discovering this video in. Remember to like the video and share it on your social media profiles. And yeah, let's get into the astrology, Libra. So the astrology is interesting this week because we start off the week with a Venus, a perfect Venus Saturn conjunction. That means they're at the same degrees in the sky. They're like sitting right on top of each other. Now Saturn represents, and this is all happening in Aquarius right before Venus actually moves into Pisces, but she's not there yet, but she will be by the end of this week, by Sunday. And just around that time is when Mars will then conjunct Saturn. So we have this immovable force, like a mountain that is Saturn. And then we have Venus, boop, and then Mars, boop, running into it. And Venus is all about money. She rules money. She rules romance. She rules relationships. She rules how you value things. You know, how much money you give to stuff, how much attention you give to stuff. You know, like what you're attracted to and how much you think it's worth. So that's what she really rules. She also rules the way that you look, including how you take care of yourself. Right? Because how you value yourself. And then she meets Saturn, and Saturn says, okay, I'm gonna take control. I'm going to make a decision. Have you been too indulgent? Have you been spending too much here? Have you been overestimating your worth or value? And have your standards been high enough? Because remember, Saturn's not just Saturn right now. Saturn is square to the nodes, which is basically metaphorical for where are we in our life right now, and have we lived up to our full potential? And the scan now is scanning our value system, which is Venus, which is what Venus controls. So ultimately, I think a lot of us are going to be put to the test about our values. And do we really believe in and live by what we say? And if we don't, that's karmic. And that's when Saturn intervenes and really shows up to sort of blow us out of the water. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be bad, because if you've been living by your standards and if you've been living in sincerity, or you've been exceeding expectations, Saturn is probably the planet that rewards the most, that gives you the most. So this could be like wonderful energy for some people, right? But for most of us, there's that check-in of, oh wow, how am I doing? And especially for you guys, I want you to pay attention to this, because Venus is your ruling dignitary, and she's about to conjunct with Saturn. And a conjunction is a combination of energies. Now, Saturn energy doesn't combine easily with any energy, but especially when it comes to Venus energy, what are your standards? Like, what is your value system? And have you really been upholding it? You know, or have you actually as a person been valued the way that you deserve? And if not, why are you tolerating this? There's a lot of these kind of themes that you're going to notice coming up in this energy. Let's get into the cards. Libra. That's interesting. Owl spirit is coming up in reverse. So that is, we don't see something, or we don't want to see something. We've had our head in the sand. You see clearly now. You don't. So there's definitely something that has sideswiped you. And that could be because of our value system. That could be because of our overinflated understanding of the situation or ourselves. Bottom line is, and this is Aquarian energy, it's happening in Aquarius. So there could be run-ins, especially in the beginning of this week in this energy. There could be run-ins with society, with groups of people, that you're reacting in a way that you don't really know the whole situation. You're reacting the way that you're reacting like you do, but you don't really see very clearly or see the whole situation. You could be reacting defensively or something like that. So you see clearly now is definitely coming out in reverse. Okay, so that's just something to be aware of. And then we have take a leap of faith. So that is, you may not be seeing with your eyes, but you still could see with your heart. There's this beautiful luminous energy of Jupiter and Neptune that is not just making us optimistic, it's actually almost like opening up our hearts to really let God in, to speak to us. Take a leap of faith means listening to your heart, not your ego, right? Not your dick, not your pussy, but your heart. Taking that leap of faith, having faith even though you don't see a situation clearly. Being able to, it's also saying you this week will jump into something even if you're not prepared for it. We'll see how that works out. Because it's going to work out differently for all of us. But happy birthday, Doug Denny. We'll see how this works out. Time for a beginner mind. So what does that mean? It's time to admit what you don't know. It's time to be ready to learn. So this is a great time to learn and to not try to overestimate what you know or what you think you know. It's time for open-mindedness. It's time to learn something new. It's time to listen and look and not assume. Be here now. This is your energy. This is hummingbird spirit. This is a good energy to look before you and see the joy that is in front of you, to see the most joyous aspects of the moment, of the beauty of here and now. Maybe in little things that other people don't pay attention to, because this could be a very beautiful time for you, especially if you have that humble state of mind of, I'm just here to learn, right? I'm just here to open myself up to something, whatever it is right in front of you. So it's definitely not bad or doom or gloom. It's just a sense of maybe leaping at something too quickly because you didn't know enough about it, or just a sense of not being humble enough. This is a good chance to, take a leap of faith in you and say, hey, I'm willing to learn something now. And if you can relax your mind, you're going to be in the best state to handle this energy that's all around you right now. Libra. So be playful is over here in the past, where it's just kind of discombobulated. So this is kind of like a kind of not too enthusiastic, or really not in a playful mood, or there's some sense of only half communication, because that's Gemini energy. So only half communication, so only half truths, only half the stuff has come through to you. So that's kind of why you're still sort of in the dark, is that you don't know everything that you need to know. And that's why it's not a great time to leap as if you do. And then we have be generous of spirit and sometimes life stings. So this is Leo energy, and it's taking the lead on something. It does seem to be that you guys can get yourself in a little bit of trouble this week, but ultimately, it may work out for you anyway. I know that sounds crazy. Lion spirit is about being a leader and showing your courage, right? Sometimes life stings. Yeah. It's almost like being brave in the face of pain. It's like a lion gets bit in the ass by tsetse flies all the time. He doesn't act like something other than himself, because he doesn't act like a hyena because he's getting bit in the ass by a fly. Yeah, sometimes life stings, but it's about showing your courage and showing true leadership by how you handle the difficult situations. I mean, I told you, Venus is conjuncting Saturn. You're running into a difficult situation. Saturn doesn't like to work with anybody. Saturn always likes to be right, right? So ultimately, how do you hold yourself in the face of this energy? That's the question. There is going to be challenges because that's a challenging energy. Like Saturn likes to whip people about and test them, right? It's asking you to take the lead and show your courage and dignity in the face of this discomfort. This isn't attack. Wasp energy is an attack. It's something that gets to you. It can be something that emotionally hurts you because it's a scorpionic energy. Something stings. It's also a sense of maybe being defensive or needing to or feeling like you need to defend something that you really believe in. Okay. That's really interesting energy. Libra. Authority. What did I tell you? That's Saturn. And as like this is it. This is the energy and how very confusing it is. It's like, are you coming up against authority or is it your own personal authority that is being brought into question? It's a good one. Now, saying that this is leadership, there might be opportunities this week to take the lead in situations at work, in your relationship. This is a time that you'll have the strength and the ability to take the lead or become an authority on it, or maybe even be extra defensive about something. And then we have rejoice and celebration. So there is beautiful stuff coming in for you in this energy. People celebrating you, people cheering you on, or just being in the presence of celebration and joy and of people that you really like. Also, this could be that there is a kind of a clash moment at public events. So when you're surrounded by, maybe you're having a little too good of a time, and then there could be some issues with irritation, and then maybe somebody stepping over the line. And almost like in some ways you as Venus feeling like you have to stick up for or defend. Okay, let's get a little bit deeper into that. Libra, what's going on? Round and round. This is karma. You're building up karma, or you feel like it's happened too many times and you're sick of it. So now it's the time when you actually stand up and say something. And then fork in the road. This will mark a moment that really changes your life, or that you take a different stance on something because you're sick of going around and around in this karmic wheel. And then a leg up means that well, a leg up is about a benefit. Legitimately, a leg up is about being given a chance, having an advantage. I really want to read more into that. Hold on. What do you mean having an advantage? Having an advantage of what? What do they get the leg up in? Let me just get the moon cards. Maybe that's what wants to talk to me. What do they have a leg up in, Libra? What's a leg up? Once again, scorpionic energy, pain and suffering, maybe dealing with pain and suffering. Also going to extremes, and adjustments are required and bring love into the situation. So this definitely is a time to really adjust your levels of work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio, right? Facing your fears, facing those things that maybe hurt you most, and then making adjustments. And that's why you're making adjustments, because it's becoming very clear what feels like it's most impeding you. This is also a sense of emotions that you've buried coming up, and that's why it's a blessing, because that becomes very clear as to what you have to work on and where in your life you need the most healing, and that empowers you to actually do the healing. And that's what bring love into the situation. Adjustments are required and work through your fears. That's pretty self-explanatory, I think. Choose love, right? That's what it is. It's like, but it's also saying that if you choose love, you have to adjust your behavior or the extremes that you'll go to. It's also saying that you have to, if you're afraid of something, you have to address what you're afraid of. So Scorpio always is about emotions that you bury really deep inside of you. So what's been going on deep inside of you? It will come up. It will come up. Saturn won't let it not. It's almost like it won't let you not address this. So it could be at least a really rocky start of the week for you. And I will protect. So this is once again about being defensive. And that's Scorpionic energy is defending somebody, defending you, or feeling you have to defend yourself. I will protect is you're kind of hardwired right now to actually not take any shit anymore. That's Saturn, right? That's that Saturn energy taking over and saying, if this is somebody that I love, I will defend them. I will strike out against anybody who is trying to harm them. Love can make you really fierce right now. I think it's less fierce in a warrior way, in more fierce, because that's what authority is coming. Authority is coming up, like taking authority. But I also think it's, I don't know. Hold on. Who will you protect? This is coming up in the past. Passion and purpose. Your enthusiasm gives you energy and motivation to work on a meaningful project that's dear to your heart. So it could be that you have to defend something that you've been working on. It's definitely something of great value to you. And this is coming way back, it's coming way back from the, way from the past. So thirsty, I apologize. Okay. Let's see. So what is this energy? What is, I don't understand, what is Libra having to protect? It's interesting because the Eight of Cups just came. It's walking away from a situation that you're done with. So in other words, the best way to protect is not to reach out with your stinger. It's actually to walk away from a situation that you don't like, from a situation that isn't helping you, from a situation that isn't filling you up, from a situation that's draining you. It's like the best defense right now is to walk away. And this is, once again, Three of Pentacles. It's got something to do with friends. What does that mean, though? You've grown up and you've grown past this. Maybe you thought you'd grown past it, because this is relating to a situation that that you thought you were over. You did. This is the card that says I'm leaving my childhood behind. Oh. You thought you'd conquered this inside yourself. And isn't it just like Saturn to bring it up out of the dregs of the South Node, which is in Scorpio? It's like you thought you hid it, right? You thought it was all done. No, you just hid it in the back of your closet. Cleaning your room is not throwing everything into the closet, right? It's like Monica Geller's way of cleaning her house was just to throw everything in that shitty closet. That's not really cleaning. That's not really making a decision. And that's what Saturn is about to do. He's about to be that hard-ass dad who walks into your room and says, oh, you cleaned, huh? Why you lying to me? And he opens up the closet. So that's what's happening, is you said that you said goodbye to this, and that maybe you'd forgiven this, or that you'd forgotten about it, or that you'd given up caring about it years ago. It could be years ago, but it's probably not. It's probably relatively recent, even could be in this year. and that you moved on from it, that you had matured out of it, that you'd grown up and that you'd left it in the past. And honestly, this is a sense of having to confront that again and to see and check in if you'd actually done that. Or if being in this situation, 3 of Pentacles means being taken seriously. It's like being appreciated, but in some ways you're walking away from being appreciated, like it's not good enough for you because maybe you don't feel safe. That's really interesting energy. What is this about, though? What is this about? What is this about? What is this about, Libra? What is this about? What is this about for Libra, please? I would love, God, I would love a 1-card answer. What is this all about for Libra, please? What is this all about? What is this all about? Ingratitude. Not realizing where, not paying attention to your blessings. Not acknowledging where you're blessed. And that's the foundation of the issue. Let's get deeper into the fix. I'll see you guys in tarot.